Hey, what's up? It's your girl Diamond. I go live every Friday. We talk about all kinds of shit. This week we talking about India Arie and um, Young Miami. I want to talk about that because I think it's an interesting conversation. But let's see. Oh, I want to start off by talking about the Supreme Court decision first, just to get it out the way. So, as we know, recently the Supreme Court ruled that states can have bans on trans women and girls competing in school sports. You know, I think we knew that was coming with a conservative Supreme Court. Um, basically the ruling is saying that it doesn't violate any constitutional protections. Um, the ruling was 6-3. Um, it basically is saying that it's up to the states. It doesn't make it a nationwide ban. It makes it it's up to the states, and the states making a ban is not unconstitutional. That's basically all it says. So any state that is already blue, there's no change. It's okay for the states who are blue to be more inclusive, and it's okay for the states who are red and don't want to be inclusive to do that. That's basically all they're saying. um Trying to think of what can I say that is so I've never been a sporty girl. So I don't know what that feels like to want to play a sport and uh, and being banned from it. I When I was growing up, the girls didn't want to play sports. Not saying that there are not any. My implication is just it is so little of them that I feel like, not that they don't matter. I'm not implying that, but we know, if you've been paying attention, that the trans apparatus in the conservative realm is just to get people hype and go vote, to scare them, to make as my grandmother would say, to make a mountain out of a molehill. It is to make it seem like the trans issue is bigger than what it is. um Trans people undetected have been playing in sports, and none of them hoes have come up and dominated the sport. They actually have been losing. And also, we're most of this is talking about kids. We're not talking about elite high level athlete level. We're talking about kids playing sports, child. They're just playing. They're just playing a game. They're just come on. Like, people are making it seem like trans people are coming in, boo, punching bitches as they run down the track and field. Boo, boom, get back, Becky. Like, there's some big, strong, manly bitches coming and swimming, and like they are really making it seem like, because a part of the language of the case is to make it fair and to prevent injury. So the implication is that these big, strong, manly trans women are coming in and beating up the dainty little white girls, these big, strong, black trans. masculine men are using their biological advantage to come in and mud stomp the dainty white sports player who just want to be white feminists and play sports, and they are gonna injure them. That is the that is hilarious. I just find it to be hilarious. But yeah. Now what, child? Okay, y'all done banned the kids from playing sports. If Auntie Diamond is saying, girl, why are you playing sports? And I'm not saying that, that you can't, but girl, leave that alone, girl. Pick another hobby, child. It's unfortunate that you have to pick another hobby, but pick another hobby, baby. Pick another hobby. Because these people are going to use your situation and make it worse for you. So, do you want to go through that? No, I don't think so. Um, we know this isn't about fairness. People love to claim that they are. It's just fair, 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 fair. While at the same time, y'all are not advocating for these same girls' teams to get the same or comparable. It doesn't have to be equal in the sense of who brings money in, who don't bring money in, but when it comes to funding for these girl sports, y'all are not advocating for fairness in that. Y'all not advocating for anything as far as fairness about anything else. Y'all not advocating for fairness even on the cisgender side. Just the one cisgender against cisgender player. You There is some type of advantage that a person can have, right? Like when we think about if this one is taller than the other one, are y'all separating it by height? Are y'all separating it? Y'all do sports like that where it's separated in weight. Why don't y'all separate it in other places? Make it fair, since fairness is what y'all care about. Make it fair in all the aspects. Only tall people can run with tall people or play against tall people. Short people can play with short people. This body weight. Make everything fair across the board because y'all care about fairness. Y'all don't really. Y'all don't really. I'm just saying that I don't really think y'all care about fairness at all. But if you're pretending that you care about fairness, then care about fairness all over the board. Make it fair. Make the funding fair. Make the investment fair. You get what I'm saying? However, the WNBA just start getting a pay raise after years and decades of complaining about the unfair balance of money being paid to the women's basketball teams. They just got to upgrade. But y'all don't care about fairness. And they weren't asking to be paid as much as the men because we know that's a whole different level of money of investors into that in the men's system, but they were asking to be paid comparably to the money that they bring in. They just got the increase. So y'all don't really care about fairness. Y'all wasn't protesting and calling that out. Y'all didn't care about that. Y'all actually was talking about it in the opposite way. So, but anyway, I digress. Anyway. I don't play sports. I have no I hate that this is a win for conservatives, but yeah. But the bigger picture is this is why it was important to vote and care about the vote in 2016. We are seeing the ramifications of what happens when we have a dummy in the in the White House, and we got 6 conservative judges instead of having it more equal. Since we're talking about fairness, since we're talking about fairness, why, since we love fairness so much, why can't the Supreme Court be set up to where it's automatic that there are equal amount of conservatives and equal amount of progressives on the bench? Let's talk about that fairness. Let's talk about that fairness. 6 conservative judges with only 3. Why is it all men and only 3 women? Sotomayor, Ketanji Brown, Jackson. Is that her? Is it a hyphen? And what's the other Latina name? I can't pronounce her name. Keegan. 3. Since we talk about fair, let's talk about fair. Is it fair that only 3 progressive judges are on the Supreme Court? Let's equal that out, or at least make it however equal it could be. One imbalance. One person may be over, but I just feel like it needs to be. If we're talking about fairness, it's ironic that the balance of the court is unfair. Talking about fairness. Yeah. Anyway. Hey, Alec, how are you doing? Hey, Ty. Thanks for the jewels. Make sure as you come in, you are thumbsing up. This is the holiday weekend. This is 4th of July weekend. What are y'all plans? Are y'all planning to go to a cookout? I am not. I'm not feeling social at all. And plus, I don't really be celebrating 4th of July like that. It's 4th of July. What are y'all doing? I'm trying to decide the queue. Yeah. No, I'm not feeling a cue. Hey, Gigi, how are you? It's too high. It is too high. It's in the 80s here. It was supposed to rain at like 4. I don't know if it rained because I was asleep, but it's supposed to rain here, so I don't know if that made it. I know usually here rain means it's more humid and it feels hot to me here in Houston. I'm not feeling the holiday, but I do want to cook a little something. I'm good here at work for the weekend. Come on. Hey, son. Brazen. It's 8:27 here in DC and it's still 98. Ooh. Welcome. That's what Houston be feeling like, except it's be humid. Okay, Google. What's the current weather?
In Houston, it's 89 and mostly sunny. Tonight, the forecast is for a high of 88 and a low of 80 and clear.
Ooh. Child. Come on, laying down. Hey, Raven. What am I smelling like today? I am smelling like Sol de Janeiro 76. I love having these in my purse. This is the vanilla smelling one. This is really inexpensive. You can get it at Sephora or Ulta, anywhere. It's not super long lasting, but it's something that you can just have on. I always, because it's like a vanilla base, I always mix it with something that's like this. This is Yara from Amazon. I love this one and this one. This is my favorite, but I love the pink one and the white one too. So if you see that on Amazon. It's very tropical and sexy and fresh. And it has a vanilla base, so mixing it with this is perfect. These are both very cheap sense, and putting them together makes it seem deep and expensive. Well, this one I feel like by itself it smells expensive, but put them together makes it worse. Mm, I love these. Okay, well, we 15 minutes in, we can start. All right, so recently they had the BET Awards hosted by Drewski. Um, And one of my favorite moments was Drewski and Kiki Palmer. They did like like a little interlude, little skit. And she took his mic and said, "This should have been my gig." I just thought that was so funny because she always got a job and she's so good at, she Kiki is one of them girls that's just been in the game for so long, and that was a perfect skit for her because she always got a job. She always doing a gig, and I just thought that was so funny. And a metaphor for many things. A metaphor for many things. But one of the things that have been going viral, um, so Young Miami, she comes out to present one of the awards, to introduce somebody or present an award. I can't remember exactly what she was doing, but she comes out and the crowd goes wild and starts singing her new song, Spin That. Now, Spin That is a song about what she said, where my scamming ass niggas at. It's a cute little ditty bop, fun song. Is promoting scamming ass niggas and stealing and hoeing and typical city girl stuff. It's a cute little fun tongue in cheek song. So when she comes out, the whole crowd starts to sing the song because it's a cute little summer bop. And so they start singing it. And yeah, that's what's to happen. So because of that, India Ari says something along the lines. Let me find what she says so I don't misquote her. It really makes me smile when I hear it in the club. Yes, the lyrics are catchy. But it's catchy. Or Iggy, but it's catchy. So I can't find it, and I don't feel like looking for it. She basically expressed that she has a problem with this low vibrational ghetto ass music that is a negative reflection on our people. She goes into she doesn't call for it to be banned. Let's say that she don't call it for it to be banned. She just calling that this is the type of fucking music that y'all are promoting and putting out there. And then she later goes on to do a video talking about music and the frequency of music, and if it vibrates on a certain level, and this whole child. And so in my brain, I have to cut my brain on. When I'm listening to music, I'm usually just like, ooh, this is cute. This is that. This is, you know what I'm saying? It's just, if it's a cute bop to me. But for me to this forced me to cut my brain on about the song, about India Arie, about Young Miami. And to me, it puts me in a weird situation because I hate both of these type of bitches. If I'm to be honest, I really hate both of these type of bitches. And hate is a strong word, but I'm gonna use it because it is what it is. But I really hate both of these type of bitches. I hate young Miami type bitches who, while the song, I don't really care about the song. It's just a fun titty bop, diddy bop, da, 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 da. But young Miami is somebody who has done weird ass shit. She said that some shit about her son if he was gay, and she would just all kinds of weird shit about homophobic shit about her son if he was gay, while having a gay best friend like Saucy Santana, super gay best friend. Um, so she's had stuff like that and doubled down on it. She also has defended Diddy. She literally wrote a letter to the court as a character witness, like a character to show that he's a good character. What, bitch? So bitches like her, I don't like. I don't like bitches like her either. But also, people bitter ass, unfun, self-righteous bitches like Arie, I don't like them either. Don't like them. Do I love Arie music? Absolutely. I love her songs. You go to Arie when you know you want the positive, um, brown skin. You're gonna get that beautiful, beautiful lyric. She's gonna give you the vibe. But I hate bitches that can't have no fucking fun. I can Brianna Jenkins put a video out talking about this. Bitch, I can't twerk and shake my ass to your motherfucking music. That ain't no twerk and shake ass music. Where the music for the twerking and the shaking of the ass? Yes, yes, I love this. Makes me feel good. It's lovely. But sometimes I want to twerk and shake my ass at the club and be ratchet and have fun. You may not think that that is good. You may think that that is bad representation. But I like to have fun. And every song don't need to be no motherfucking heal the world. Every song don't need to be a fucking spirit, honey bullshit. I enjoy just as much songs in the key of life type writing like Stevie Wonder and blah 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 as I enjoy Honey Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. You know what I'm saying? That was my bop when I was a kid. I remember I just enjoy all of these levels of songs. I have a range. It doesn't mean I'm stupid or I'm ghetto or I'm uneducated or I'm no. It means I fucking like this little melody. That's what it is. And you be in yo self righteous stupid ass acting like um the, music is spiritual. Listen, music can be spiritual. Yes, absolutely. It can be deep, it can be moving, da, da, da. But it also can have no depth at all. And it just gets into your she was talking about it gets into your subconscious. No, bitch, I grew up on songs glorifying killing, pussy, and cocaine. I ain't never done none of them. When is the some subconscious influence gonna kick in? Cause I ain't never chased no pussy, and I done heard all the songs glorifying pussy. I ain't never had no pussy in my life. I done heard cocaine being sold, trafficked, done, celebrated. I ain't never done no cocaine in my life. I done heard songs about killing and shooting and da 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 da. I ain't never killed nobody in my life. I have shot somebody. But I ain't gay and die. So get the fuck out of here. Did you not know? The no name and Rhapsody music is out there for the folks who want it. Right. You bitches act like it ain't soul to soul ass fucking rappers and singers out here. They can find. And I know you bitter and mad that it don't move and sell and that it's not popular. And when you come out, and this is not true. I feel like if Arie came out, somebody might sing her song too. We fucking love Arie. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, of course, we know how colorism works and her history in the music industry, but you are beloved in our community. I know that you wanted the Grammys when Alicia Keys kind of swept you, and we know the colorism, and we know that we it's been talked about extensively. But you are beloved, and you don't need to shit on what this ghetto girl is doing because you in a different realm than her. I feel like you are way more longevity beloved than her. I feel like Young Miami is a moment right now. She's, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be listening to this fucking song 10 years from now, but we gonna be listening to your music 10 years from now. We gonna be, I am ready for love 50 years from now. And I know it's kind of bitter that you may not have a moment like this, but your moment is longer. Like we gonna be listening to brown skin forever. Like we know. Like relax. Both of these type of bitches annoy me. While I'm annoyed by the fact that the song is popular, the song is and not annoyed by it being popular, but I'm ready for Carisha. The fact that she did all that shit with Diddy, and I don't like that. I stopped really. She put a nasty taste in my mouth in regards to that. I don't want her not to succeed. I'm never gonna tell a black woman or want or imply that a black woman not have no wins, baby child. Even the ones that I don't like, I'm never gonna talk against them having wins. I believe in equity, and honey, a win is a win. but her and all that Diddy shit did put a nasty taste in my mouth. I feel like you gotta have some kind of integrity, child, and not about no fucking music. I'm talking about, girl, you could have just shut the fuck up. But there is a level of, sweetie, I gotta connect to a Diddy level bag. Bitch, you think I'm gonna fuck up having a connect to a Diddy level bag because you fucking bitches want me to not? He ain't never beat my ass. There is a level of girl where I'm side eyeing, but I'm also like, if I had a Diddy level bag and he ain't never beat my ass, how would I respond to that? I don't know. No, I know I wouldn't compromise my integrity to it, but I'm also a bitch that feel like she shouldn't. She could have just not said nothing. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to speak against them, but you can just be quiet. That is what that I think. I felt like that's how I would have played it. You could just be quiet. But you going to the extent of, out of all people in the world, you got to be the bitch that write the letter of character to the fucking judge for P. Diddy. All the people in the industry that has benefited off of Diddy or made Diddy money, and you, the ghetto girl from Florida that just got connected to him, gotta be the one to send the letter. I don't think I would have been the one sending the letter. You see what I'm saying? I don't think I would have allowed them to put me in that position. So, girl, no. But I think if I think this is just her way to secure. He is getting out in 4 years, and he gonna still have his coins. Do you see what I'm saying? So, I don't know. That's how I feel. I feel like both of these are birds. Both of these are um two birds I don't like. I don't like self-righteous ass bitches. Talented, tenth, self-righteous ass, elitist, capitalist, classist bitches like India Arie. I don't like it. And I don't like weirdo pick me ass bitches like Young Miami. So I don't have no dog in this fight. I just find it interesting some of the conversations that we are having that they spark. What are y'all thoughts? Have your connect quietly. We all had to do certain things at some point. Yeah. But I do. Another point I want to make about this is it feels like this type of spark only happens with women. There's a level of misogyny in it that that always judges and be negative to women. We saw it with Little Kim. We saw it with Adina Howard. We saw it with just anybody who kind of go out the respectability part. We really have seen it with all the black female rappers recently. Remember when um not Jay-Z, JD, what's his name? So Deaf, is it JD? Jermaine Dupri, yeah. Um, you remember when he was like all the women rap about is their pussy and sex and hoeing and getting money and blah blah blah. Bitch ass nigga, all them it's the fucking hypocrisy of fucking rappers or producers who have produced rappers, even female rappers who talk about negative stuff all the time, and it's no kind of tea. Asking as a man, can women be misogynistic? Absolutely. Absolutely. Being misogynistic doesn't have a it's like racist, or anti-blackness. It doesn't have a gender or race. Da, 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 da. You can be anti-black and be black. You can be you can hold racist ideologies and be black. You can be misogynist and be a woman. I actually think one of the pillars of keeping it open, motherfucking keeping it open is women. They play a part in upholding patriarchy and misogyny and all of that shit. There's many of them. Look at trad wives. The trad wives saying, um, "I feel like if it was me, my husband could vote for me because we're one house and we have one belief, and he's the head of the household. So I would love to vote for women not to be able to vote." Misogyny, sexism upheld by a woman. Definitely. So I just feel like it's so much stuff that the male rappers, they don't get no flack about, not in this way, about we people mention it, but it's like a it's not a it's never a direct attack. I've never seen Jay-Z attacked directly about talking about selling drugs when his stuff was popping. I've never seen any kind of degenerate behavior about killing, selling drugs, fucking bitches, even rape implications. I talked about this on Threads. Biggie had a song, Dreams, where he talked about date raping Raven Simone, and she was 8. She was at the time she was 8 years old. I've never seen it. I've never seen people any kind of degenerate behavior. I've never seen a particular man, one man, be attacked and saying, "You are making us all look bad." Have I heard the conversation about the whole industry? Yes, I have seen that. People have been writing about it and writing books and talking about hip hop and how that yes, that had happened. But I'm talking about an attack on a specific man doing degenerate stuff. I have not seen it. If y'all can give me an example, I would love for you to do that. I just have not seen a specific man being attacked by a whole community. Only one I can remotely see is maybe Uncle Luke, but the men wasn't complaining about him. The men wasn't complaining about him. In general, it was there's a he got a whole Uncle Luke got a whole First Amendment rights win on the books for that. But even how it was, thank you, Dolly. Even how it was presented was a whole thing. Lil Nas X, that's a good one. But we know why that is. That was also homophobia. We know why that is. That wasn't no motherfucking we know why that would be it. I just don't see it happening in the way that we keep seeing happening with the women. I just don't see it. I can only Uncle Luke, that's the even the remotely, but it was an indictment of the whole. It wasn't one in the way that it does with women. It's always soon as a woman come up and she's free, baby, it's an attack. Kim, it's just what it is. And there's always a counter, like a even at this BET Awards, we were we were also celebrating Lauryn Hill. And Lauryn Hill is one of them ones that people love to kind of pedestalize as why the rappers can't be like Lauryn Hill, classy and da 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 da. They like to put up people like she's not a rapper, but Jill Scott, um, Erica Badu. Um, they like to put them up on a pedestal. And I just find that so funny and fascinating because y'all don't, it's whack because Lauryn Hill was fucking a married man. She was fucking married as Wyclef. She was fucking knowingly fucking a married man, child, while all of this was going on. So she wasn't on no respectability politics shit either. The bitch was hoeing and honey. She was doing shit that was honey adultering. She was doing shit too. So, hey, honey, Erica got 3 baby daddies, child, unmarried. 3 different baby daddies by her children unmarried. Not, and I'm not saying this to say that that's bad, but what I'm saying is that these people are not perfect, and putting them on a pedestal like there's some kind of difference. Girl, get out of here. I wish the women would publicly collab with each other, Hood and Hotep, so these niggas can stop putting them on the pedestal. When Prince first came out, he was under attack. What was he under attack for? But he also is not hip hop. Yeah, that's true. But who is what was Prince under attack for? I don't remember Prince being under attack. I've always remember him being loved. Yeah, when Purple Rain was coming, people were discussing him dressing different, but it wasn't to the point where people were attacking his music. People were attacking him in that sense. They were discussing him being, but it also it was a trend to be um breed, which is what it was. That era of that way of that styling is called, I think it's called breed. I think I recently watched LA Reid talk about it. So that whole little that look, that kind of feminine look that Dwale and that Babyface was giving in the beginning, the conk, the feminine hair, makeup, that had a particular name in that era, and it was a style. And so I don't remember him that everybody was mimicking Prince in definitely in the Midwest. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember that. I remember people asking it but not attacking. I remember people in the same way that they would defend um Luther, even though it was clear, but people would defend Luther in that kind of way because of his music. I don't remember Prince being under attack. Questioning, yes, I do remember it sparking a conversation, but in an attack, it never felt like an attack. Not to me, as a queer person growing up, watching him maneuver, and it might have been in my circle of people, so that's anecdotal, but it never ever felt like Prince was an attack. I actually would use Prince a lot as an example of how people accepted him being different. As an example, how can y'all accept Prince? You get what I'm saying? It was I've never experienced somebody um attacking. I just never experienced somebody attacking Prince ever. Not saying that it didn't happen, but I just never experienced that. It was he was always beloved in our community. It was always a joke. There's a joke of him having his ass out. It was always brought up. Prince was a sex symbol. He was a legend. I just don't remember it. I don't remember it. Especially coming, you got to understand Prince also is coming off of is 80s growth, coming off of like the Ronald Isley era, the Isley brothers era of them wearing blouses. 70s niggas rockers were um always feminine in their style of dress. So I don't know. I just never felt great talent always add a layer of protection for sure. Definitely. If anything, Michael Jackson got homophobia, ironically. Yeah, I've also feel it's the same. I never you questioned it, but it never was it never felt like an attack. Like it felt like a question. It never felt like an attack. I don't remember people. I remember homophobic implications, but it never felt like people didn't fuck with Michael Jackson because of it. It never felt like that. Give me a time frame. Give me a time frame, son. When androgyny wasn't cool. I feel like they got yeah, I don't yeah, I guess that could be I guess late 90s when the gangsta thug era started to grow as the popular narrative around hip hop. I feel like Michael and Prince, that androgyny got played out, but they also okay, yeah, I can see that. Not being cool, yes. But they also had established themselves being rockers and legends by this time. So everybody, it definitely still didn't feel like an attack. It felt like it's just not cool no more. It's like, oh, that was the 80s style. We're not in that now. I do remember that. I do remember the style just not being popular anymore. It's kind of like Bon Jovi, Bon Jovi and Twisted Sister, and that kind of blonde hair, big hair, Kiss kind of look for the white boys happening in the 70s and the 80s. And then once we get to the 90s, all them niggas done cut their hair and they done cut their hair and they don't look like that look no more. That kind of um cross-dresser band. I feel like the style became unpopular. Glam rock era, right. I felt like that was cool in the 80s, late 70s, 80s, but then once we get to the 90s, that's not cool no more. And all them people, Guns N' Roses and Aerosmith, they have the makeup and shit has toned down. Right, even David Bowie started wearing suits. Yeah, I feel like the style shifted, but yeah, it still never felt like an attack to me. It still never felt like an attack at all. But by those legends, even Madonna became Americana trade. Shit, yes. What was that? What's the one when she's walking down the road with the flannel and jean? I love that video though. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't tell me. Yeah, I love that song. That was my jam. I like Madonna though. Like I won't say that she don't get no credit. She has a huge fan base, so I don't want to say that, but she's a fucking Madonna's an icon, child. She is Madonna. She is, honey, that girl, baby. I love me some Madonna. But yeah, I remember growing up. I remember as a kid distinctly remembering songs as inappropriate, but I liked them. Like for example, there's a song by NWA. So I can't remember any song by NWA. Like I know they got fuck the police. NWA was too masculine for me. I didn't have that language when I was a kid, but it always felt like, oh, this is nigga shit. But it was really popular in my household because I grew up with hip hop heads, R&B and hip hop heads. So you're gonna hear uh Keith Sweat, Make It Last Forever, and NWA and Too Short. You're gonna hear Anita Baker. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna get the classic R&B and you're gonna get honey, hip hop, especially West Coast hip hop, because at the time that was kind of growing big. And so I don't know if this was a Midwest thing, but in my household, my stepdad, he fucked with West Coast. He fucked with, NWA and Too Short, and we started hearing that kind of stuff. So that was popping off in my house growing up. One of the songs, I don't remember any of the NWA songs, not NBA, NWA songs, but the song that I do remember, and probably because I was a musical kid who loved singing and melody. The song I do remember, it is called Automobile. And it was my favorite song that would come and play. And my stepdad would cackle because I loved the song. Out of all the raps numbers on the fucking record, Automobile was the one that I fucked with. So anytime it was coming on, and the lyrics go like this: "You don't have to front on me, bitch. So why don't you just give that pussy here? Give up the pussy so all I want is a little more. Or get your groupie ass out my automobile." Baby, when I tell you my young ass was walking around the house singing that, and my mother and stepdad would be cracking up because they were, of course, my mom is like, "Watch your mouth," but it's still funny. Everybody's still laughing because that fucking song was my tea. I live for that song. It was funny. It was brass. It was misogynistic as hell, but it was so cool and so fun, and I loved it. And it didn't make me want to grow up and rape women or disrespect women. I didn't want to be with women at all. But that's what I'm talking about. It was like, I don't think everything. I also feel like you have to raise your children. Like, rappers and celebrities should not be raising your children, and your parenting should not be so weak and tired that a song can undermine what you have taught them. I'm not saying that it can't open the door for some low level minded ass teenager to be disrespectful to girls. I'm not saying that that's not a part of the game. But what I am saying is that as a parent, it is your job to steer your kids in the right direction. Not celebrities, not rappers, not singers, not nobody. And so, if you have a relationship with your children, you have a relationship with your children. No matter what song that they listening to, you should have the power and the strength and the influence, strong influence, to make sure they know that this is just music, child. This is just music. This is you shouldn't be living like this. Enjoy the music, but this is just music. It's not a mandate or instructions for you to be out here living like you ain't got no fucking sense. Hmm. I love Master P. Everything back then. Master P. Um, what else? What it just was a bunch of it was a bunch of songs. It's a bunch of songs that are not that I love. I remember when Sir Mix-a-Lot, the song, even that's another example. Sir Mix-a-Lot, the song was was seen as that might be an example. Sir Mix-a-Lot. That might be an example of what I asked for. Sir Mix-a-Lot was one where I felt like, but did I feel like he was attacked? I don't know. It felt like an indictment on the whole music. It didn't feel like it was an attack on him because people still loved it. But that might be an example. Sir Mix-a-Lot, when he came out with Baby Got Back, I do remember that there was some. I don't know. That felt like maybe it might fit, but it didn't feel like an attack on him specifically. It felt like part of that was celebrating black women's body having butt, and part of it, I don't know, part of it felt like the negative response was because they were trying to protect white women and the skinny ass body that was perpetuated at the time. And when this black man is making a song that's celebrating having butt, I feel like people was like, "Oh my God, he's so misogynistic." I don't know. It felt like it felt weird. It felt like are y'all trying to protect the white girls and they skinny, no booty having ass? It felt like that but I was a kid, so it did feel like it was an anthem to celebrate a black woman's body and curves. And I think the backlash was because of that. I don't know. I brought up Two Live Crew earlier, Uncle Luke. I said that could have been an example, but it didn't feel like it was an attack on Uncle Luke because the niggas love Uncle Luke, and the girls that was going to the parties, that was going to Freaknik, that was going to that stuff, they loved it too. So I don't know if it was. I felt like the church going folks and the respectability politic folk, they attacked the music as in general. I don't know if they attacked him specifically. I know he won a First Amendment rights case, so I guess that would be considered a specific attack on him. But it didn't. It never felt like it was. It never felt like. It just never felt like it was a attack on him as an individual. It felt like they made it more broad, like a whole indictment of the community. Ice T Cop Killer. I never even heard of that song. And were black people indicting him for that, especially around cops killing people? I feel like that was like a protest song. I think, if I remember correctly, he had to go to court. Yeah, he did. Uncle Luke, but that felt like racist. That didn't feel like our community doing that to him. That felt like some white people just using that to attack a black man. That didn't feel like it didn't feel like our community doing that. Yeah, when we do it. I felt like there was some white people using the apparatus of the state to attack a black man's First Amendment right, his freedom of speech, child. That's how it didn't. It felt like I don't know. Maybe. But was it black people? C. Dolores Tucker. Who is C. Dolores Tucker? Brazen. Mm. She was fighting against Lou rap lyrics. Yeah. Yeah, no, no, no. I'm not implying that the whole of the of hip hop was not attacked. Yeah. I definitely saw that for sure. Mm, mm. Yeah. I just um never seen it definitely stop nobody's career because it is a, a freedom of speech thing. But it reminds me of Cop Killer. It, it reminds me of I don't know if this is, yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. It reminds me of there's a way you can say stuff that is shocking and salacious and meant to be provocative. It reminds me of when Kathy Griffin held up the head of Donald Trump with the bloody face, decapitated. While a person may look at that and be like, "Oh my God, how dare you disrespect the president of the United States with that image?" Da, 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 da. But it makes a point. Girl, fuck you. No kings. Like it's a shocking way to make a point, and there are songs that do that. A shocking way to make a point. That somebody could think that it goes. Somebody could have a line and think that, oh, this goes too far, but somebody else could be like, "Girl, no, I get the point of this." Um, I talked about this in another video. I can't remember what the subject was, but I remember um Dolly Parton having a video a song where the girl kills herself at the end. Um and that was shocking at the time. It's called A Bridge or Bridge something. And it was shocking at the time. But it made a point. You being offended by it doesn't excuse this is a commentary on a real situation, right? Sometimes people don't listen until you turn up the volume. Absolutely, absolutely. You the shockingness of it. Um I'm trying to think of other examples. This isn't really a this isn't really disrespectful, shocking, but I recently watched it again. Y'all remember the video by Common where Taraji P. Henson is the main character and she was setting up her boyfriend? I thought that that was beautiful storytelling in that video. Please let me testify. He accused me of it. He accused me of it. Did he let it testify? That song, that video was powerful. Just the storytelling of the video. Yeah, it was such a it's a shocker. That's a sometimes it just happens. It's just sometimes you gotta do the plot twist. You gotta do the yeah, I love that video. I thought it was a beautifully delivered, song, and because that song, the original song that they sampled, I love that. uh it was so good. It was so good. I loved it. I just feel like when you do that, the delivery can be amazing. That reminds me of the E video about domestic violence. Um, and some people can find this stuff like that offensive. I remember what was the video that got banned? Was it banned on a certain show? Was it 9 Inch Nails where they had the heart pumping? What was that video? What was the name of it? Where it had like it was kind of like a grotesque like pipes and stuff coming out the heart and it was pumping. Was that the video that was banned? Was it 9 Inch Nails? I can't remember it. I can't remember, but it was a video that it was just a lot of grotesque things and people had a it was shocked by it and I was like I liked it. Fancy is a shocking song too, but they loved it. Mama teaching her daughter to sell pussy. Yeah. Yeah. That was what it was. I don't know if this is America shocked people, but it made people uncomfortable. This is America. It's like everybody's line is going to be different. And those are political and fight the power ass kind of songs too. But I'm trying to think of songs that are kind of like um not serious or um but then, I mean if you take a song that is not serious, if you take Spin That, what is Spin That telling us on a political level? It's about honey what was the Ronnie Ho quote? Like Ronnie as a character, this Ronnie on Players Club as a character. Honey, you got to use what you got to get what you want. Let me find the scamming ass niggas, the boosting ass bitches. It is there's a anti-capitalist spin on this song, honey. And this another motherfucking thing. I feel like people, self-righteous ass bitches like India Arie, maybe not your mama, maybe not your daddy, maybe not your grandma, maybe not your granddaddy, but somebody in your past was a boosting and scamming ass nigga. Somebody was selling cooch or hooch to make it to the next week, to make it to the next month. Somebody in your family, in your lineage, was surviving off of breaking the rules. We don't get here on respectability politics. We don't get free on respectability politics. Following the rules and being upstanding citizens, we don't get here on that. We don't. You can't be respected enough to a racist because they don't respect you. You can't, we can't respectability politics our way out of oppression. Not because he was paying the bills. No. Old mobster descended of Fortune 5 run to Fortune 500 companies. All right. But also just on us as black people. We do not there's a place for getting in the room based on respectability politics. There is that. I'm not saying that that doesn't exist, but that's not the only thing that needed to happen. It's similar to the Malcolm versus um, um, Martin Luther King strategy. Is the non-violent, peaceful strategy a way to play the game? Yes, but also there was a non-violent, peaceful strategy that was played and the motherfucker was killed. Do you see what I'm saying? There's somebody who was like, "Ooh, I don't want to be violent. I want to be peaceful," and they died because that was the strategy that they had. Some people, I want to be peaceful and I want to be nonviolent, and this turned into something. It turned into, ooh, we didn't make this situation explode into something negative and bad, and we got over the line without killing and da da da. But there are some people who played the nonviolent, peaceful card, and they were killed because of it. So that strategy didn't work for them because they did. And if they would have picked up the gun and blow these motherfuckers' heads off, they would still be alive. Or at least for a couple of more seconds, able to run or whatever. It just there is a negative to playing the non-violent too. So to me, I feel like it's just you need both. You need both of them. You're gonna have the people who are breaking the rules and breaking the law. It's gonna be, honey, I done bought a many of food stamps from people because they wanted to have cash to pay a particular bill, and they had a bunch of food stamps on their card. It wasn't even about scamming or doing drugs, or it wasn't nothing. It's about, nigga, I can't use this money on this card. I can only use this money on this card to pay for food, and I got my light bill to pay. So let me sell you some of these stamps. 50%, bitch, you better give it to me for 50%. 60 on 100, nigga. At least. But yeah, I need the money, and I need the money. I can't use these stamps on what I need it to be used for. And so boosting ass bitches, you went into this store and stole some shit, and I got the coins for you. Go ahead and give me that. Run me that Louis bag. Run me that motherfucking laptop. Go ahead and run me that. That's just what it is. They got insurance. Boosting and scamming, child. And if you are in a position in life, privileged position in life, to where you don't have to deal with boosters and scammers, you that is a classist privilege. You are in a situation where you don't have to do stuff like that, and that's okay. We want us all to be blessed in that way, where we don't have to deal with the boosters and the scammers. We want to all be blessed, but everybody is not blessed. Baby, let somebody bring me, let me know that they done boosted something, and it's affordable and I can get it. I'm gonna get it. Where them boosters at? I feel like boosting is a lost art. We don't have enough boosters. To me, I used to be able to have. I used to have a booster on call where I could be like, "Girl, I'm trying to get this particular thing. What's the thing? I got you, honey." Boosters and scammers are proof of society failure. Yes. I need more. Um, Especially during this economy, baby. And actually, when the economy gets, honey, bad, that's when more and more boosters and scammers come out. When they're doing good, the numbers go down of the boosters and the scammers. when the economy is doing good, because motherfuckers can find jobs, legit jobs. You can't be talking about the job market is shitty and you talking about, honey, stop glorifying criminals. Bitch, fuck you. Goody two shoes ass, fuck you. We're glorifying prostitution, bitch. We ain't glorifying you giving your free ass pussy away. Well, yours is free. That's what I also hate. Bitches who is hoes, they talk shit about people prostitution, but bitch, you a hoe. You giving your pussy away for free. It's not like you sitting on it. What Ruth Brown say, if I can't sell it, I'm gonna sit on it. It's not like you sitting on it. If you out here fucking for free, you a hoe too. You just a free hoe. you ain't better because you don't sell yours because you give yours for free. Oh, I ain't never had to do that, but you fucking for free. What's the difference? All of a sudden there's a money exchange is worse? I can see if you wasn't giving your coochie up, but you is. Or you and I recently watched one of my if I can't sell it, honey, then I'ma sit on it. I ain't gonna give it away. Y'all know that song? By Ruth Brown. If I can't sell it, I'm gonna sit on it. I ain't gonna give it away. Um That is crazy to me. I think it's crazy. Recently, because these niggas ain't gonna value. Let me show y'all another element. This brings us to another subject, which I find hilarious. So
Someone that don't sleep around, don't have a high body count. Men like to date a woman with value. Someone that don't sleep around, don't have a high body count, and men, correct? Yeah. So why is it when you do have a woman that's high value at home, you still go around and fuck these bitches that has a large body count? That's cool because we can play with that. Still hunt them. We can play with that, but we would never stay with that. See, the math is not maxing up to me. No, but it is. In that aspect. But it is. And that woman out there with a large body count will give that woman at home a lot of problems. So we're going to have to do this breakdown in
So why are we listening to he's a buffoon. We know he's a buffoon, but I entertaining buffoon. Well, the conversations be entertaining, but that is, to me, this is why it is silly. These niggas, they will, it is a trick. It is they're tricking you, stupid bitch. You bring value to them, to other men. By you being the untouchable at home, you bring value to them as to other men. You don't bring value to yourself, because if they valued you, they wouldn't be harming you by cheating on you. If you really had value, you do have value as a person. But I'm talking about in this system of oppression. If you really had value, they wouldn't want to harm you by breaking their commitments to you. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you don't really have value. Y'all both getting fucked. The whole that we play with them. Yes, you still go play with them. And then they play with you. They just got you home. I got my girl at home because they like that. It's a status symbol. Not when you're young, but when you older, To have a woman married, for men, that is a status symbol. That's why we've never, ever, except for once, had a single, I think we only had it once, president. I think we had one single president who was a bachelor. I can't remember exactly who it was. I think it was one. But most of them have wives because it's a status symbol to be married, to have a wife at home. You bring value to him, to other men, by having a home, by making a home. He's man enough to take care of you and a family and home and blah, 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 blah. And that is a status symbol to people. But if he's out here cheating on you, he don't value you outside of that, baby. He don't value you. And now we can have a conversation, because a lot of people was in the comments talking about that's because men are non-monogamous and women try to force men into monogamy. Bitches want to fuck too. Monogamy, I don't think monogamy is natural for anybody. Man, woman, whatever. But we're not fucking animals. Regardless of our similarities, what makes us different is that we fucking civilized, and we're not fucking slaves to our animalistic natures. You choose to be monogamous because you are committed to a person. If you don't want to do that, don't be in a committed relationship. Don't agree to it. Be poly. Especially now, tons of motherfuckers out here trying to be poly. But the problem is that you don't want to accept that your options go down. When you say, I want a poly partner, what it is you see this monogamous woman that you want. Instead of leaving her the fuck alone, you want to have her in a castle while you still play all the games. Instead of being honest. You still want to have access to the status that comes with a woman that is chaste and low body count. You still want that. But her as a woman don't want no nigga that's running around slanging dick to everybody. But you don't value her wants. I don't want some motherfucking nigga running around doing this, doing that, potentially bringing home diseases, or even not even diseases. Just the fact that somebody is saying that can say that they're sleeping with my husband. Just like you don't want a motherfucker saying that they slept with your wife, I don't want nobody saying that they done slept with my husband. The fuck you doing? You embarrassing me, just like it would be embarrassing to me to be out here out in these streets. You're embarrassing me, but you don't value my wants. You think it shouldn't matter, especially if they got a coin. But it really pisses me off when they don't got a coin to think that you're supposed to be. Not that coin making a difference in regards to right or wrong, but at least I much rather be what the lady say. I much rather be crying in a BMW than crying on the bus. Honey, if I'm going to be heartbroken and crying, I'd much rather be crying around, tipping around a mansion in my crystal glasses, sipping my wine out of my crystal glasses, honey, as opposed to crying in the projects behind a nigga who was using me. It's up for discussion if there's a just coin. And sometimes it gets to a point where even a coin in a romantic relationship, because if it's just if I'm just in it because of a coin, then ain't no romance in this fucking shit. But if we in a romantic relationship and a commitment, that even the coin is great, but even the coin wouldn't allow me to allow you to fucking disrespect me and go against your commitment that you said that we gonna do. I'm the type of bitch, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And so if you out here in these streets, I'm gonna be out here in these streets. That's just what it is. That's the rules of the game, baby. And I promise you gonna be more embarrassed about it. Cause I'm gonna go after motherfuckers who gonna get in them feelings. Your daddy. I'll fuck your mama just for the sake of once we popping, once we pull out the card, once we started Uno reversing, I like it to be revenge is better served cold, and I like to serve it frozen, baby. So as soon as you get to popping me, oh, I messed with your best friend. Ha! Bye, I fucked your mama, bitch. I was wearing that pussy out. Boop. Your daddy, I had your daddy on webcam jacking that dick off. Here's the pictures. Boop. I'm that type of bitch. I want to wear you out, where you feel bad, where I'm destroying your personal relationships when we break up. That's what I want. I want when I leave, you questioning them motherfuckers. Your whole support system. Damn, my whole support system was fucking my bitch behind my back. I want you to feel isolated and alone, bitch ass nigga. You can't trust none of your people. When we break up, I want it to be that. Since you want to play in my face, that's the type of shit I want to do. They still call to see me after we long gone and done. Right. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't think these niggas don't give a fuck about you. That respectability politics shit, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't make you more respected. It don't put you in another bracket. Um, it's like being pretty. Being pretty can help you because of how the world is set up. It definitely can help you. That's undeniable. But honestly, I think it makes you more used. I feel like motherfuckers will put you on a pedestal because you're pretty, because you are this. It's like a Birkin, okay? A Birkin bag. So it's expensive. It comes with a status. When you carry it around, people is looking like, oh, she got a Birkin. Oh, she got a Birkin. Remember, this is how men objectify you, right? So yes, when you next to his arm, it's like, oh, they gonna look at him like you the Birkin. Like you, ooh, he got him a bad bitch on his arm, like a Birkin. Okay. But if you walking down the street, a motherfucker will snatch that Birkin from you because they know its value. They gonna go after it. Um, and so it makes that Birkin more vulnerable. It makes it They're going to try to use you to get to the other person. If you are the person, if I want to destroy you and this is your Birkin, this Birkin is going to be more apt for me to wear that purse out as opposed to another purse. Do you see what I'm saying? It's something that when you put something on the pedestal to value, it makes it more vulnerable to attack. She the queen. People gonna go after the queen. As opposed to, I remember when I was younger, there was this girl named Tiffany Merriweather. And Tiffany Merriweather was quiet. She was gorgeous. She was beautiful. And because all the boys lived for her, the girls would literally, not every single one, but they would try to fight her for no reason. Like, she was not aggressive. She was not catty, messy, and da-da-da. She was a quiet, timid girl, but she was gorgeous. And the trade responded to it. They lived for her. And baby, the bitches hated her. They would try to provoke her. That I remember this one time. We're in the I literally got suspended for this. We're in the we're in the we're in the gym and we're on the bleachers. And it's me, Tiffany, and it was probably like 7 people. I can't remember, but it's me, Tiffany, some boys and some girls, and we talking. And so we're sitting down and we're talking, and the boys are just like, they're just going nuts for Tiffany. Like, I'm sitting in awe because I hadn't transitioned at this time. This is pre high school. This is probably like 7th grade. I was a short ridge, so I was like 7. It was like 7th grade. Anyway, I'm watching her finesse these dudes. Like, just not, she ain't getting none out of them, but they're just crowding around and talk about how pretty she is, and just kikiing and laughing. You can just see her having her doing her magic. She's not doing anything, but you can see the magic of a beautiful girl. Like, y'all, I'm pretty sure y'all all have seen this. Like, if you've been in the presence of like a stunningly beautiful person and how everybody is responding to them, this is what's happening. And she is giving coy, she's not giving confident, I think I'm all that. She's not giving any of that. She's giving coy, she's giving, oh my God, thank you, and humble and chill, and she's not giving any of the arrogance. Like, I think I'm putting my lip gloss on so you can see how beautiful I am. That's not her personality. Her personality is kind of shy, coy, and like she don't know she is pretty as she is, which makes her even more pretty. What makes her even more charming, because she doesn't know. Girl. So we sitting there, and these girls come up, and they sit down in the bleachers with us. And you can just see them physically get annoyed by what's happening. Like, you can just see it. Like, you're watching it. Like, I'm watching it happen, where this girl keeps trying to, she's saying something to Tiffany, and Tiffany is not really understanding what's the aggressiveness. And so Tiffany is like, she's not understanding where this aggression is coming from. She's like, oh, I was just in here chilling with everybody, and you're coming over and being negative. Like she's coming over saying little smart shit. And you can tell that once Tiffany is not playing the game, you can tell that she is because she's not aggressive. She's like, I don't know what's going on. Like she's like, I don't know what's happening now. But she keeps going. You can see the girl keep like escalating it. And you can tell she's trying to bully her. She's trying to instigate a fight. She's trying to get in the fight with Tiffany for no reason. And so I'm sitting here and I'm watching it and I'm like, why are you bullying her? Like, what is going on? Like, what are you doing in this situation where what is she doing in this situation where you're trying to fight her? She clearly doesn't want to fight. Why are you making this into a fight situation? And she hasn't done anything to you. And she says, you stay out of it, you faggot. You not even a girl. This between girls. Woo! That's all she had to give me. That's all she had to give me. That's it. Now it's not a Tiffany thing no more. It's the me and you. Except I'm ghetto and don't mind twirling fish down. and I might be I think I am. And in this particular scenario, I might be the manifestation of Tiffany's privilege because I was personally offended by her being bullied for no reason. Not only because I'm queer and I don't like bullying, but also she is so gorgeous. Why are you trying to fight her with your ghetto ratchet dusty ass? Bitch, go sit down. And that might be her privilege playing out on me through me. Do you see what I'm saying? That not my, it is. That she's so pretty, I want to protect her. And why are you bullying her? Whether I'm right or wrong, da 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 da. At the end of the day, she ain't done nothing to you. And you're trying to bully her and fight her, and I don't like it. And so now that you don't call me all kind of fags and punks and da 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 da, now I get up off the bleachers and get to wear her love. So get to wear her love. I end up getting suspended, and so they were talking about jumping Tiffany after school because just because. And even though I got suspended, I came back to the school. They sent me to juvenile. I went back because I was in a group home at the time. But my school was right across the street. Baby left once they let me out. I made sure I was back at the school waiting for Tiffany to come out so I can walk her home. Honey, so I can walk her home. And that's exactly what happened. She was scared to come out because they had said that they were going to jump her. I said, baby, no, come on. And I walked her right to her house while the girls was following. Let's go. Let's wear it out. Do. Ain't nobody doing just like that. Ain't nobody gonna touch her. Ain't nobody gonna touch her. Just as ratchet and ghetto. Ain't nobody gonna touch her. Come on, Tiffany. Come on. It was so crazy to me. And Tiffany was a perfect example of how your pretty makes you more vulnerable because motherfuckers is lusting after you. She was, as she grew up, as I saw her become a woman, she was in so many situations where that pretty, if you don't got nobody to steer you with that pretty, to pick wisely, I don't think so. Tiffany had a brother named Carl. It was Carl Merriweather, Tiffany Merriweather, and I think it was on when I don't know if her mother had any more children, but I think it was only two, Carl and Tiffany. Carl Merriweather and Tiffany Merriweather. Um, if you ain't got nobody to steer you on how to maneuver with that pretty, how to use it to your advantage, motherfuckers will get you. And she was an example of that, honey. Getting caught up, motherfuckers. Honey, she done got in the fight. She turned into a battle axe. I remember the last time I seen her, she was still pretty, but she just looked withered. Like she had a scar. Somebody had cut her face, which is what I'm talking about, being more vulnerable. Every exceptionally pretty bitch that I remember growing up that was considered like exceptionally beautiful, except for my eyebrows. Something bitches try to, like my aunt Sherry, another exceptionally beautiful. They caught her in her projects because she was hood. They caught her in her projects in the stairwell and cut her face. She got a whole slice on her face on purpose. It was on purpose because now, not saying that she deserved it, but honey, my aunt Sherry didn't mind fucking your nigga. My aunt Sherry was a little bit more unlike Tiffany. My aunt Sherry was a little bit more aggressive with her beauty. My aunt Sherry was way more my aunt Sherry, she's not my blood aunt, but she's my the woman my mother, a girl my mama grew up with, uh ran the streets with. And Sherry was definitely used her beauty in her favor. So she would make enemies because, honey, she would fuck your nigga. But she also had the bitches that didn't like her just because she was pretty, but also the bitches that didn't like her because, honey, you taking my man too. What do you think happened to Tiffany? Oh, that's I just was talking about that. Tiffany just withered. She just well, if she what happened to her, she just I don't know what happened to her, but when we had a conversation, it was more about my transness. It really wasn't about like her life history. Once we reconnected and she saw that I was trans, we were more talking about trans and shit. She really wasn't. But I know she was on drugs. She wasn't on like crack or nothing, but she was on something. She looked like she was on drugs. Um she looked withered. She just looked like she wasn't taking care of herself. Dusty, withered. Um, she had a scar on her face. She says she said she got into it and the girl cut her face. Um, super, super frail, like super. She was always skinny, but she was still like super skinny. Um, she had a baby. She wasn't with the baby daddy. She looked like a woman that was withered by life. Could that be environment though? Absolutely not. Could it be? It is. It's a combination. It definitely is environment. That's why I said if you don't have somebody that could steer you with that, like I also have another cousin. My Aunt Faye had a daughter, Tangi. My Aunt Faye also, she's not my aunt by blood, she's my aunt by my mom. She's one of my mom's best friends growing up. Um, my Aunt Faye had a daughter, Tangi. She raised Tangi in the church. Tangi has a bunch of like bougie aunties around her. So my aunt, my cousin Tangi, her life turned out so much different because she got all these bougie aunts around her. She had no choice but to pick a nigga who got a coin. And so she ain't never got her face, and she was a ratchet ass bitch too. But she ain't never got her face cut up. She had to get in fights, but she was also a fighter. So she ain't the bitch that's gonna be timid and scared and let you. Nah, she gonna come up to the school, and but she ain't gonna come up to school by herself. She gonna come up with her family. Like, yo, you want to fight? Look, she definitely had protections in regards to that, but also even how she moved with men. Baby, I'm not fucking with no niggas that ain't got no money. Honey, you can get my coochie and I have no money. And so her life turned out totally different. Now she's married to a nigga with some coins. Her kids all graduating, and you know, she don't look withered. She still looks sickening. Ty, Tangi is married to Randy's son. Just to give you some context, my cousin Tangi is married to Randy's first son, Randy Jr. Most definitely a coin, right? And they've been together for years. All her children is by him. I remember she used to come to Arlington, and honey, wear it out. I remember there was a girl named, I didn't like her. I wanted to twirl her, but I didn't twirl her, but I wanted to twirl her. This girl, she didn't know Tangi was, because Tangi went to LC and we went to Arlington, and honey, there was a whole situation where she thought Tangi was like a punk, like because she was pretty, she thought that she was, but the other girl was pretty too. So it wasn't, it's basically two pretty bitches battling. Um, and but she thought Tangi was like scary. And honey, baby Tangi came up to that school and she didn't understand how she knew where she was gonna be, but she didn't know Tangi was my cousin. Like we were literally was in a class and I heard her talk. Tangi's name is like, her real name is like super unique. And so it ain't too many people with her name. It's a real Banji. And so Tangi, that's Tangi is her nickname. We call her Tanny. Tangi or Tanny, both nicknames. But she has like a super ghetto water, super ghetto name, like Watermelon Tandria. Bullshit, like she got a weird ass name. A super ghetto name. And so she was mentioning her name in the class, like she in the to read her, like to be negative. If she hadn't said that name, I wouldn't have known that she was talking about Tangy, my cousin. And so, but because she said that name, I was like, oh, she's talking about Tangy. And I was like, oh, bitch, you talking about my cousin, ho. Like in my brain, I don't say nothing. I was like, oh, I go literally out of the classroom to the office and call Tangy and say, you know this girl, da 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 da. And she's like, yeah, that's the bitch that's been calling my phone to da 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 da. So apparently she's been playing on Tangy's phone, calling her and being late and being tired to her about behind some nigga behind Randy. And so she didn't know that this is my cousin. So when I call my cousin, she says, hey, oh, I know that bitch. She been playing on my phone. She don't know that you my cousin. So she don't know that now I know she go to Arlington and Tangy live up the street from Arlington. So, baby, after school, I say, oh, she gonna be here. Tangy come right up to the school. Wow. Bop, 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 bop. And I'm there like, I can't get in it because this is at the time when I'm I'm like, I'm in probably my junior year of high school. And I'm like, the fighting the girls was, late to me by this time. Well, I'm like, I'm not fighting no girls. Get out of here. So let the girls twirl, and I sat there, and she did not understand how did this bitch know where she was until she saw the connection between me and Tanny. She was like, oh, this bitch is the one who told her who I am, where I am, blah, 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 because we had a class together. And so she's sitting there talking hella shit about her, don't even know that I know her because I don't say nothing. I just sit there and listen. And then once she sees me and Tangy walk up together when she was about to twirl, she's like, oh, I done fucked up. Tangy beat the shit out of her. I'm saying environment could be mainly what gets you attacked. Women, girls, society considered unattractive are targets of violence too. Just finish reading Brandy's memoir, and I have my own stories. Yes. How can I explain that? Yes, that is true. I'm particularly talking about something that I'm not saying that unattractive girls don't get attacked or not vulnerable. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that there's a particular vitriol that can happen because you're pretty. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that there's a particular focus of attack that can happen because you're pretty. Not saying that other unpretty girls or girls who are not pretty don't have stuff happen to them just because they're being bullied. No, that's absolutely true. But I also don't consider Brandy not pretty. I consider Brandy beautiful to me, even especially when she was younger. Well, not especially. I've always thought Brandy was beautiful, so I think she's not an exception to what I'm talking about. I think one of the reasons why Brandy is because she was pretty. Mm. Talent and intelligence. I would need to see the other girl because I read the book too, and I would need to see the other girl. I'm pretty sure that she wasn't as pretty as Brandy. Even just on looks. Just I bet. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to see. I would love to see how she looked. Cuz you can be the pretty thing can still be there. Cuz I found Brandy to be pretty and adorable in the age that she's talking about. It was two girls and a boy bullying her. Yeah, even more reason. Yeah, I would like to see the girls. Boys bully you because I've seen boys bully just because they are immature and like you. But I would love to see the two girls. Being extremely talented, yeah, for sure. Um, we saw that with Kiki a lot. A lot of people wanted to fight Kiki in our school from Shortridge to Arlington because various reasons, talent and her looks. Um, who else? Trying to think of. Mm, it's kind of how super muscular tall guys have men trying to fight them. Hmm. I wasn't in the men's circles to examine that too much. When I see in my men's circles, if I when I'm looking at boys, it was about color, queerness, and maybe that's anecdotal because that's what I was experiencing. But when I can't remember, trying to think of unless they had like a I'm trying to think of fat, definitely fat. Um, color, either way, dark or light, color, fatness, and gayness. Socioeconomic status. See, I'm that's for me. Everybody was broke, so it wasn't. I didn't really have too much of that. We all was uh, wearing British Nikes and pro wings. Um, I can see that being something if you have more range of class. Um, I can see that socioeconomic stuff being something. But when I was younger, most of the people that went to the schools that I went to, we were all coming from the same area. Where I did feel that is when they started busing us to the more township schools. We started to see the difference in that. But when we were at the public good schools, no, I didn't see too much difference in socioeconomic unless it was extreme. But I usually saw that with the girls, not with the boys. You remember Pro Wings, and British Nikes, baby. That's a throwback. Pro Wings and British Nikes. Um, white girls. Did y'all used to wear white girls? That white girls was my mama's era, but by the time my era come, because me and my mama's 16 years apart. By the time my era come, white girls are out of style. White girls, if you white girls was the shoes, the white girls, they were going out of style when I was coming into my whereabouts stuff. Let me see if they I don't know how to, that's what we called them. I don't know how anybody called them. Mm. Yeah, these are pro wings. These are pro wings. Here goes some pro wings too. Pro wings. When you pro wings, just means you a pro poor. These are pro wings. They were budget friendly, and so they were hood. You bought them at Payless. Um, White girls were made by Kegs, were they? These were white girls. These are white girls. Yeah, they're Kegs. These are white girls. What we call them. I don't know what y'all call them in y'all time. They basically was white canvas shoes. Reeboks was high end. Yeah, Reeboks was considered like nice. These is what we call white girls. If you don't know what I'm talking about, white girls. Let me find British Nikes. Oh, these are classic British Nikes. These are British Nikes. British Nikes. We call them tennis shoes. So where I'm from, all sports shoes was called tennis shoes. All like shoes like that, we call all of them tennis shoes. They were at one point cool, but by the time the 90s come, when I'm growing up, these were going out of, well, British Nikes and Pro Wings were never cool. For that meant you was poor because you was going to pay less to get your shoes. Now, white girls, they were once seen as cool, and then they turned into not cool because it wasn't the style no more. Oh, I remember these British Nikes. I had these, child. Ugh. And because they had the BK honey, ooh, I had these red ones too, child. They were considered, oh my God. They had the honey, they were considered, they were basically a marker that you was poor. uh, Kids, you used to be able to find them right at Payless. Yes, all of them. They used to be, during the Tiffany era. The remember when Tiffany was popular going to the mall? Those were the white girl shoes. Like you would see the white girls with the on the like I remember I seen some girls, they were on Freddy Krueger, like any of like the 80s teens film, Demi Moore, remember Breakfast Club, didn't what you call it had on the boots. Molly Ringwald had on those brown boots, but I think the other white girl had on the white girls, which probably was an indication that it was a class thing because she had the white girl, the kids on. Maybe, I don't know. But they were cool. They were seen as cool for a long time in the early 80s, mid 80s. And then by the time the 90s come around, they not cool no more. Them kids was not cool. It was what is the ones with all the Reebok started to be more popular, and there was some ones with some lines on it. K Swiss. Y'all remember K Swiss? K Swiss shoes from the 80s. These. These was like the replacements. These was cool. These started to be the cooler ones. Y'all remember K Swiss just came out my mouth. Yeah, K Swiss used to these kind of replaced them in my city. These kind of replaced them, the white girls. These started to be the more popular one. Budget but respectful. Yes. I had those in the early 2000s. Oh yeah, they was in our era. They was out by then. They was all 90s. Did you? I didn't say. I didn't see it. Yeah, I was late 90s art, so our case was look different. Oh yeah, this was our the ones that look like these. These was like our version in the 90s that everybody wore. That was, you know, white and clean and pretty. Yeah, they still sell these at DSW. When they was clean and white and pretty like that, baby, clean ass K Swiss, you knew you was that girl. Knew you was that girl, baby. Mm, the bubblegum bottom. I love me some Reebok classics. Those are my things. Those are my shit. Once they were dirty, you had to buy a new pair. Yes. Shoe Carnival. Ooh, Shoe Carnival used to have all the tea. You always could go get them there because they were cheap. Mm-mm. Never, ever, ever got back to the white. I remember. And then, of course, Jordans hit the market. That was the normal shoes. When Jordans hit the market, Jordan started to be the status symbol. We would go to this is when motherfuckers Jordan release day was a thing. Jordan release day, baby, motherfuckers would skip school to go stand in line at the Jordan store. Jordans, I think it was happening all over the world, but Jordans was a thing. Like it was, you would skip school. Like they literally would make rules of not skipping school. Like if you don't come to school, like it would be a thing, man. Um, and so coming back to school, Shoe Corner would hate to see me coming, baby. I would wear them out. Um, But I remember one of the elements of my childhood of me falling in love with my high school little person is is we had the one of when I got some Jordans, he was one of the people who stood in the line for me to get my Jordans. I also I also had other shoes. Like I had, do y'all remember the Dennis Rodmans with the sneakers with the zipper? The red Dennis Rodmans with the zipper. Red Dennis Rodmans with the zipper in the 90s. I love them shoes. I had these. Oh my God, I love them. This was my shit. I thought I was the shit in them. Oh, them was my shoes. You couldn't tell me nothing. What were the other ones? Oh man, I had the blue and white Penny Hardaways from the 90s.
Penny Hardaway's time with the Orlando
Sure.
Magic.
I didn't answer all of that. These, baby, you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. I had these. I had the green Dennis Rodmans that lace up on the sides from the 90s. Shoes, the green shoes, not Dennis himself. Why they pull up nothing but pictures of Dennis Rodman with green hair? Not shoes, not him. Um. Oh yeah, these is ugly because they look raggedy, but when they was new, they used to be sickening. These right here, I had a pair of these. They look dingy right here, but the ones I had were fire. These. Oh my God, I felt like I was the shit. Oh, the Grant Hill felines. Oh, yes, these right here. Oh my God. You couldn't tell me nothing. Couldn't tell me nothing, baby. I was tipping through. Baby, when I had tipped through with my Grant Hill felines, baby. Baby couldn't tell me nothing. They love the feline too. Yes. Oh, you couldn't tell me. I had the. This also was a privilege of being in a group home. So when you're in a group home, the auxiliary women, aka the white women who wanted to do something nice for the poor little black kids, they would give you we call them vouchers. They would give you vouchers of a certain amount of money. You can take that voucher to whatever store. It's like a gift card. And take it to whatever store and buy you what you want. So some years were better than others. So some years they would buy you stuff themselves, but some years they would give you the vouchers. And so sometimes it'd be fire, like it'd be like, ooh, $1,000. It depends on you know, how giving they was that years. But sometimes it'd be like 250, sometimes it'd be like 500, sometimes it'd be 1,000. It just depends how many ladies is in the group, how many, like if how it benefited you is if it in your group home. So that, like, basically one auxiliary women's group would cover one group home. So it was multiple group homes out of there. Air Max, the gray and neon Air Maxes. Yes, God. Um, the bubble. Is that what you talk about? I still rock. I still got some Air Maxes. I still got them. I rebought some recently. I love Air Max. Um, So we had the Evans house, the Morris house, and the Mallory house, Madden house, Evans house, Morris house, Madden house, and there was a fourth one. I can't remember the fourth one. So it was a big boys, little boys. Evans house was the little boys. Mallon house was the big boys. Morris house was the big girls, and then there was a little girls. I can't remember what the little girls one was. Can't remember. Um, so each auxiliary women's group would have each one of the group homes. So if your group home, say that this auxiliary group had 10 women, but your house had fucking 16 fucking residents in the house, that spread them thin. So they have a certain amount of money, so you wouldn't get a lot. So if it was like 10 women and 15 fucking kids in the house, the number of money that you're gonna get is low. But because there is a rotation out of the group home, I'm giving y'all some. I don't know what I'm educating y'all on about this, but I'm just letting y'all know how it works. So say that there's a in the group homes, there's a high rotation of in and out. So sometimes there are only 4 kids in the house. So if you got 10 auxiliary women covering this one house, that's 10 women's money that got to spread across 4 residents. So the least amount of residents and the most amount of auxiliary women determines if you get a bunch of money for Christmas or not. But if you have a bunch of people in the house during the holiday, like it's during the holiday, you got 15 or 10 or, a big number, you know that you are not going to get a lot of money from the auxiliary women because they only are required. They're not required to do nothing, but they're required. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a, like if you're doing a gifting, a Santa, what is it called? White Santa or white elephant. What is it called at the job when you do little, when you do gifts for your coworkers? Is it white elephant? I don't know. I don't know what it's called. It's called something where everybody got a certain price to give to specific people. They set a certain price. Don't make the gift over $20. Don't make the gift over 30 or whatever. Secret Santa, yeah, something. It's different. What is anyone called white elephant or pink elephant? There's some way they do it. Okay, Google. What is the white elephant gifting style? What does that mean?
A white elephant gift exchange is a popular holiday party game where people take turns unwrapping gag or novelty gifts. With a twist, players can choose to steal already opened gifts from each other instead of picking a new one from the pile.
No,
The
that's
term
stupid.
comes from the legend.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I guess I'm talking about Secret Santa. Anyway, basically, there's an amount of money that's the limit. Like you can't go over $100 or you can't go. So that's how the auxiliary women did. Like each woman, they have a limit of what they can do. I didn't do that. That's not what I'm talking about. The elephant one. I didn't know what the name was. Anyway, so if it was a smaller number of kids in the house and a bigger number of auxiliary women, you knew you would be sitting there like, what's that meme where the nigga is rubbing his hands? Like, yeah, we gonna be eating good tonight. We gonna be having our coins. That's how we would be in the group home because we knew we got a little bit of boys in the house, so we know that the auxiliary woman gonna come with $1,000, $500. They gonna come with it because it's less people for them to serve. But if we had a bunch of niggas in this motherfucker, we know that Christmas was gonna be whack. We gonna get $50, $100. We knew it was gonna be whack. So we wanted it to be, especially remember the rotation of people in the group home. It's kind of like prison. It is a part of the carceral system. It's kind of like prison a little bit. You got the lifers in there, like we ain't going nowhere. So you got the lifers, and then you got the people who know, oh, I'm doing 3 years, or I'm doing, you get what I'm saying? People with a little bit of time. I don't know what they call them. I don't know what the prison people call them. Somebody tell me what that is. But you got the lifers who in there who ain't going nowhere. We locked up for a long, we got 20, 30, 50 life or something. We in there too long. So we know we in there. And then there's some people who is that. So it's kind of like that in the group home too, where it's some people who ain't no going home. Ain't no such thing as going home. Like you stand in this group home because you don't have family, or you don't have family that's responsible enough to take care of you. So like me, I was going to be there till I was 18. So the lifers, quote unquote, because of that, you thinking like, damn, I can't wait. I hope this motherfucker go ahead and leave. I hope he leave by Christmas. So when Christmas come around, it's a little bit of people in the group home so we can get all the money for the auxiliary people. Because if your ass is gone, that's more money for us. So during that time, some of those Christmases, we would get so much money. And so I would have some of the flyest ass shoes, because if I'm getting $1,000, I can spend 250, 230 on some Jordans. And my staff members won't be mad at me. So that's another thing. These are also kind of like your parents. So they let you do what you want to do, but they also will kind of be like, you can't spend all your money on no Jordans if you don't have a plethora of money. So if you only got $500, they're not gonna let you spend $250 on no Jordans when you need to buy socks, you need to buy t-shirts, you need to buy, necessities. But if I got $1,000, I could buy $250 worth of jersey and use the rest of the $750 on use the rest of the money on whatever my needs are. And so that's what it was. Yes, but we understand you had to do that math. You had to consider the whole pot of money. Yes. That's what we would think. The lifers in there, we would think about it. It's funny. I just reconnected with one of my lifer group home boys, and we just reconnected. He just added me on Facebook. And we were in our message talking about just all the stuff that how we were forced into like a quote unquote brotherhood at the time, because I wasn't transitioned. A brotherhood at the time, like we would talk about how just we had niggas in the neighborhood would try to test us because we was group home kids, and we would have to fight people. This is encouraging me to donate to children in a group home. Yeah, I don't. It would just need to be depend on the system. I don't know, because sometimes people are shady. So some group home systems are shady. So I would need to know the inner workings of the to know if that was a smart thing to do. But yes, you should. But figure out how it works. Make sure it's going directly to them. Figure out how it, and not, because sometimes you can put it in a pot and it don't go directly to them. It'd be helping the system, and I don't like that. I was a runner, so the dog would hit from the group home every chance I got. Yes. But yeah, so I was able to get all the fancy shoes that I wanted. So I had Penny Hardaway's, I had Dennis Rodman's, I only got one pair of Jordans one time while I was in school. No, I got two. I got the patent leathers. No, I got two. I got the patent leathers when they first came out. And then I've had three pairs of, wait, no, I wasn't. I was still with my mom at the time. So I had when I was young, I had the hibachi ones, the Space Jam ones. I think that was my very first Jordans, my Space Jam Jordans hibachi.
Space Jam Air Jordans are...
Shut up. Let me see if no, Space Jam was a patent leathers. What was the ones? There was some. So not the Space Jam one. So that's the. What was the? Wasn't it some hibachi? Is that the right? Is that how you say the word? Maybe I'm saying it wrong. I don't know. Hirachi. Let me see. Hirachi. Yes, the Hirachi. Yes. I had the maybe not them. There was some one where it was like a cross, like a these ones. Yes, this is it. These ones. This is the first pair of Jordans that I ever got. Jordans, I guess Jordan 8s. Yeah, that was the first pair of Jordans I ever got. And this boy named Jeremy Long, he had some, and I had such a crush on him. But we used to chip through the motherfucking Arachis, and then patent leather, the Space Jams, Jordan 8s, Concords. Yes. Is that them? Yeah. So I did which ones came out in 1994? The ugly brown ones. I did have the blue ones of that, but the ugly brown ones, somebody got uh, the brown Jordans that came out in 1994.
The brown Air Jordans released in 1994 are the Air Jordans.
Olives. These. I didn't like these, but I got a pair of these. But they were like hand-me-downs. I got these ones. I didn't like them, but I wore them because they was Jordans. I wanted the North Carolina ones, but somebody randomly gave me these, and so I would wear them. I wanted these ones. These was the ones that I wanted. But the first brand new pair I got was the Hirachis, and then my favorite was the Space Jam ones, the patent leather. I think they're the 11. Are they the 11s? Yeah, the 11s, baby. Yeah, them blue and white 11s. Whoa, you couldn't tell me nothing. Them all white with the transparent blue bottoms. Oh, you couldn't tell me nothing. I thought I was the shit. I thought I was the shit with them patent leathers with the blue bottoms. That girl. These right here couldn't tell me nothing. Nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Couldn't tell me nothing. Those were my girls. I knew I was that girl. But them two are, once you get them dirty, honey, it's hard to get them back to the pretty white. That's why motherfuckers was fighting over shoes, baby, because Air Force Ones and the white shoes, baby, stepping on them because you knew you couldn't get them white no more if they was dirty. Yes, I love them. I got out of tennis shoes by the time I get to college level age, baby, ain't nobody worried about no tennis shoes, baby. I'm trying to be fish, honey. Be film, high film that girl, baby. So I'm thinking about heels, baby. Heels. Tipping like a woman. Ain't nobody trying to be Aaliyah, girl. Even Aaliyah stopped trying to be motherfucking feminine. That athleisure got out the way, honey. She started getting into the skirts. I'm gonna let somebody tell me to get somebody. Honey, thighs out, baby. A woman. Show you I'm a woman, honey. Ain't no more 4-page letters in fucking baggy pants and Tommy Hilfingers, girl. We women's now. They all fished it up, baby. Honey, you started to be a woman. They said, okay, that little girl tomboy look was cute. That's cute and all. We got tits and ass now. Let's show them. When we was young, flat chested, abs, stomach, nothing, nothing. Now we got ass and hips, baby. Tits, ass, and hips. We need to show them. A bitch couldn't say we didn't have no shoes. Amen, honey. We either bought them or stole them. You remember them? Oh, you remember them orange and green? I had the green, you had the orange, or vice versa. You had the green and I had the orange. Then with the platform that had the graphic asymmetrical design across of it, and it was like a platform thing that we stole from TJ Maxx. You remember them shoes? I love them shoes. We had matching outfits. So cute. They were like bright green and bright orange. The titties is the outfit. Ha! Come on. Sometimes the titties is the outfit. Them wedges, yes, I love them shoes. I wonder if someone was making them all wear them tomboy clothes. Escape said Jermaine made them wear them. Yeah, I think that, but that was the style. Tomboy, MC Light, um, that girls being in them kind of New York baggy shit. I feel like, the rapper girls turned it into a film. I feel like I think that's the impact of Little Kim to me. She made it okay to be a woman. Her Cuz most of the feminine girls was like R&B girls, older R&B girls. They were more feminine, but the young girls in the 90s, they were more boyish, tomboyish, wearing pants. They weren't feminine until they got older. Watch out, which it was cool at the time, but once you become a woman child, girl, we want to be a woman. And you saw that once everybody got older, honey, you start seeing um honey, a woman. That was cute for our teens when we're trying to cover our bodies and not get attention from the menses. But when you're trying to get attention from the menses, what is going on? When you're trying to get attention from the menses, baby, honey, it's time to. The Tims and the Jordans need to be in the closet. It's time for some heels. Yeah, so by the time I get to senior high school, honey, I'm pumping it. Pumps. It is so funny. I talked about this. It is so funny how confident I was, way more confident in my earlier, less passable years in heels than I am now as a well, I don't want to say now, but well, now too. As I feel like I'm more passable now, but I'm way more self-conscious about my height now than I was when I was younger and clockier, which is super strange. Gen X or older millennials look so cool when I was small. Dark denim hardboy Levi's, but tight fitted with a polo shirt and some K-Swiss was peak fish attire. Mm-hmm. Even the brat started showing body facts. You think it's because of the era we are into, though? How so? Mm, no, not for me. I'm not saying it for anybody else. Not for me. For me, it's more about, it's kind of like when you first get titties and you always got them pushed up and out because you just got them. I felt like my high femme nature was more of a performance back then. Whereas now it's I don't I'm it's not a performance. I'd much rather be comfortable as opposed to when I was younger, it was I need to put my best fish forward. So heels and high film was the way to go for me. And so now I don't care. Now it's like I like a heel. I'm okay, but are these motherfuckers comfortable? Am I gonna be annoyed by the end of the day? Am I gonna want to go sit my ass down? Um, is this bringing too much attention? Not because I'm getting the fear, not just because I'm this fear of getting clocked, but just, girl, do I want this attention from the men? Because I'm tipping around in heels, and I'm not a short girl in any sense. So, honey, my heels take me well over 6 feet. So that brings a certain amount of attention, good or bad, not necessarily clocked, but just just the that it's a it's a thing. I love a Coach MK Kirk Rucker sneaker in my day too. I've noticed watching your videos, your style even got more eccentric and forward as you mature, which is really cool to witness. Eccentric and forward. Hmm. I've always been eccentric. I'm trying to think of how my style has changed. I've always been eccentric. I just think I have more money for access for things that I want. I have more money. I've always been eccentric though. I think bohemian. I've always been eccentric. I feel like now I just have more access to stuff because I'm stable, kind of. um, and I also feel like y'all are seeing more of my style. I don't remember making fashion videos in my past ever. I don't ever remember. I think I made one, but even there's one where I have on this yellow dress and blue heels. I think I remember that one, but that was super eccentric too. So I don't know if I my eccentricism, if is that a word, has changed. Trying to think of how I think y'all just exposed to it more. I think you just I think in recent years you just have been exposed more to my fashion than I did back in the day. I don't remember showcasing myself when I'm done up, if that makes sense. on my channel. I think we both don't dress as sexy as revealing as we used to. Yeah, I think that just comes with definitely. I think that comes with age. I think for me. Um and I've always been a girl. My rules about sexiness is always for me, not when I was younger, but as I got older, it's either or, honey, titties or ass. Like, is this outfit the titties, or is it this outfit the ass? If the ass is accentuated, the titties is gonna be covered up. If the titties is accentuated, the ass is gonna be covered up. That's kind of how I. You got these hoop earrings I love that look like they actually go into your ear instead of sitting on the earlobe. Oh, my Balenciagas. They go like right here. They're like gold, and they're like a pipe that come out my ear. I think I don't know where they are. Yeah, those are I got them on sale at Saks. There's some Balenciagas. They cute. I love them because of that, because they look like they're coming out of your ear. I love them. They're some of my favorite earrings. The only negative about them is that you can't put no headphones in, because it goes in your that thing goes in your ear, and so you can't put headphones in. So I would wear them way more often, but when I'm tipping around, I like headphones, and so you can't do it. So it's kind of annoying. Your hat game. Yeah, I do love hats. I think that's another thing. As I got older, I've gotten into more hats. But yeah, I've gotten into more hats as I got older. Hats. Um, yeah, hats. I love hats. Um, but I think that's the churchy. But that's been something churchy. I've always thought of hats is elevates. I'm still gonna wear huge earrings. I think that's a millennial thing. I love a huge earring. I love I don't like rings. I have some. I will wear a ring sometimes if it's a occasion, or if it's a, but in general, I don't wear rings. I don't even invest in expensive rings because I lose rings too much. So I'm more of a I definitely always got a glasses. I love a like I literally have let me show y'all. I have like all of my glasses are like this. Like I have them in these things hung up. So I can ooh, so I can so I can have easy access to them. So I love a glass. I love a glasses. Um, so I have them all where I can have access to them daily. Yeah. So my hats are the hats. I have too many hats. I need to get rid of some of them, but I be liking to keep them because I never know when I'm going to want to wear them. So hats and glasses are my thing. I'm not. I have bags, but bags aren't really. I have bags, but they're not. Hats and glasses are my. I feel like ooh, hats and glasses. That the outfit ain't done without a glass or without a hat, or Glass, definitely for sure. You need some glasses on. Um, Hat, if the outfit calls for a hat, yes, but um, I love a adornment. Um, I'm trying to think of how I'm really trying to think about how my style has evolved. I do feel like I have gone in in a more expansive colorway. I do have a lot of bags, but I don't think bags are like essential to my style. But I do have a lot of bags. Um, I feel like color. I feel like my style. I feel like I have expanded my color, what I do with color as I've gotten older. When I was younger, I was way more safer. I had my basic, you know, black, brown, blue, might pop a color every now and then. But now that I've gotten older, what to me, what has changed over time is my expansiveness of how I think about color when I am dressing myself. I'm way more, um, I remember being way more basic in the sense of color choice, navy and white, da da da. Da. But I might add a navy and white clean and something. But then now I'm the type that if I do like a navy and white, I'm gonna add a bright orange, like if I have white, like a cobalt blue and a white, I'm gonna do like I'm gonna add a something bright, a color orange. If I do a muted color like a light, soft heather, soft gray, I'm gonna do like a neon green with that. Like that's gonna be the accent color. Um, that's more of, I think that's where I see my own personal change happening with my fashion, where I'm way more experimental with my color combinations. Navy, navy, lavender, and gold, or you know, I'm more experimental in that way. That's what my fashion changes as I've gotten older. That feels like what has become as I've gotten older compared to when I was younger. Silhouette 2. I'm sure I saw some of your older videos. The clothes were more baby doll. Interesting. Baby doll? Hmm. I don't know if it was baby doll. Unless baby doll translates, you've embraced your inner Punky Brewster. Yeah. Yeah, way more color. Um, Baby doll. I'm trying to think of, unless you translate baby doll being more sexy. I do feel like I was more bodycon fish when I was younger. Sexy, like sexy sex kitten, if that's what baby doll is to you. But baby doll, when I think of baby doll, I think of um trad wifey femme, and I don't remember being that. But if we talk about like sex kitten, bodycon kind of girl, yeah, I can see that. If that's what you mean. But like I said, I don't feel like I showcase my fashion as a my fashion. Yes, I have. Of course, I have on clothes, but I don't feel like I showcase it fashion. I feel like it was thinner fabrics and tighter fitting. Yeah, it gives very bodycon, sexy, early 2000s club girl. Late 90s, early 2000 club girls. Um, Pencil skirt tight. Let me think. I think if I go to and also y'all gotta understand at that time, I don't feel like I was showing my fashions because I was a sex worker. And so most of the shit that I was posting was to be sexy. Like meeting the man of my dreams. You think that was Baby Doll? Don't I just have a white don't I just have like a white um a white halter top? I don't know. I don't remember what I have. What do I have on? Do I stand up on in that video? I don't even remember standing up in that video. Don't I have a beret? I'm like, what is going on? Don't I have a beret? Yeah, it was. I'm looking at pictures on my old page. It was very sexy bodycon. Sexy bodycon slim. Yeah, it's giving. Yeah, I don't consider halter tops to be Baby Doll, but most of the pictures I show is gonna be a halter top. It's gonna be sexy. It's gonna be. I was a sex worker at the time, so I'm gonna be sexy. This where it's still sexy, pencil skirt, tits out, boot up. It was definitely more. Trying to think. Business casual, honey. But then here goes this. Still eccentric, still popping color. This is actually one of my favorite outfits ever. This stripe with this green and this brown. This is sickening to me. I felt so sickening in this. This like sums up my style so easily. It's like eccentric, but it's sexy. I love this. If I could recreate this in my way now, I'm gonna have to try to do this again. But this is sickening to me. The stripes, the two prints that you think don't go together, but they do because I put them together. I'm trying to think of what other outfits. I'm trying to go see every time when I was younger, I was just trying to be sexy. So I didn't really show my fashion too much. It was just being sexy because I was a sex worker trying to sell, honey, trying to sell sex, baby, trying to sell sex. Unless I'm doing a theme, then we have this was a Gwendolyn Brooks look. Well, I'm trying to give Gwendolyn Brooks, so I'm giving a peak coat with a pattern top. Gwendolyn Brooks, baby. Um, Same thing. Just a business casual top with some earrings, tits out. Business casual top. It was the early 2000s. Business casual was tea. I feel like this is still in my wheelhouse of boho, my wheelhouse of boho. Baby, them we love the snatched belt, honey. This is during that era. A snatching belt. Um, yes, bodycon. Snatch waist, tits boot, tits out. It was given early 2000s, girl. The internet didn't really get your head wrap phase. Oh, they did. I just pulled this up, honey. This was inspired by Veery from Jubilee. Y'all remember the book? Oh, Jubilee, book by Margaret Walker Alexander. I'm trying to think of what. Yeah, I don't really show my fashion too much in pictures. Not in a way that's. Oh, this is a classic picture, but this is exactly what I said. Business casual, pencil skirt, gold heel. Oh, I was skinny. Shit. I was bony. Bony, 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 bony. Legs down. Come on, legs. But that was, honey, this is when the high waisted first came back. Pencil skirt, high waist, bossy era of when what you call it was doing the high waist bossy pants. Oh, you remember this from the ads, Ty? I felt sickening in this ad. Baby, this brought me so many clients. And this one. Baby, the clients used to live. Baby, I put these two pictures up, baby. They would live. These cheap ass pictures used to bring me so much coins. That girl, baby, that green outfit, baby, that green swimsuit. Oh, this shit. Look at the TV in the back. I used to post these pictures like they were. Well, I guess this is another color. You got the blue, the red, and the yellow. Superman. Baby, these little cheap ass little pictures used to bring the coins in, baby. This is when I first came to Houston. This is during the Entrance Heart era. Oh, that is so funny. Yeah, I just don't feel like it was a good represent. What was shared publicly was a good representation of my style because I really wasn't showing it. Yeah, I really wasn't showing it too much. Mhm. It was, and I won't say I was dressing like other people, but I was really influenced by whatever the trends were. I wasn't really tipping through like making my own trends is the way that I am now. So I guess that was me just kind of being experimental with color and that. Look at Rakim behind them old school curtains that my grandmother had. You remember these in her apartment on 70 not 71st, 21st Street, 21st and Capitol. I hated them fucking curtains. Women need to bring back the platform stilettos with the round toe. Work. They were comfortable. They were some of the most comfortable shoes. It would be a pens and papers on the floor in the pic, and they knew it was a real photo. Right. The girl in the picture. I used to love this shirt. Ooh, I felt sickening in them braids. Them braids was cute, even though they broke a lot of my hair off. I love that. Wearing my real hair. I hated that color, but it was a cute length. My hair was a cute length. When I start playing more in my red with my natural hair. Oh, this was cute. Yeah, this was back then too. Just regular, regular. Oh, I love that hair. That hair was cute. No. My green hair era. When I dyed my hair green. That was when I first painted my wall burgundy. This is that same wall. This is actually right here. Well, right there. When I first painted it burgundy. Had the Mexicans come in and paint it. Yeah. Oh no, yeah, my style has changed. I'm trying to think of because it where I really felt like I was being a fashion girl was when I was going to Jackson State, but I don't have no pictures. Baby, you would have thought I was a model, baby. Because two things that would happen is first of all, in Mississippi, they weren't prepared for my level of boosting. So I could go to any store and steal whatever the fuck I wanted out of the fucking store. All my scamming ass niggas at spin that shit. Baby, they weren't prepared for me to come down there and terrorize them. I could pop I could pop the tags so easy. Like they were so lazy with the tags. Baby, I could go in. It just was it basically they hadn't advanced yet in the way that I'm not saying that Indianapolis was like, super advanced themselves, but just compared to Jackson, Mississippi, it was night and day. Like you could go there and stealing was so easy, man. Stealing was so easy. And so also, I'm in my sexy girl era. I also was in my sewing era. So I had a whole sewing machine in my room. I didn't have a roommate, so I could sew. I would sew shit and make stuff. I remember, oh my God. And what was considered doing too much was considered our regular where I was from. So having a flower in your hair. that would make a, like, I remember I had this outfit that was nothing but like it was like an off the shoulder band, not bantu, but I can't remember how to describe it, but it's ruffles, and it is ruffles around the edges, and it was kind of off the shoulder, and this was up, and then the stomach was out, so it was. Remember, I'm skinny, so the titties was perky and sitting up, stomach was flat, and I had the same fabric in the dress. It was like a really pretty black. It's black, but it's like you see a design, like a print inside the black. And the dress was like a flowy, ruffly. Think when Linda Evangelista came back and did her Vogue shoot, the return of Linda Evangelista on the Vogue cover in the blue ruffles.
Linda Evangelista returned to Vogue on the...
I didn't ask you. I didn't want you to talk, girl. This right here, when Linda came back to Vogue, when she had been gone and, out of the limelight. When Linda came back like this, so that's that, but think of it in more sexy terms. So it looks kind of like a gown or a whole full dress. So my stomach it's black and it has this sickening ass fabric and it's like ruffles, and my stomach was out, and it was a low riding hip skirt that had a split, but it flowed because the fabric was super, super, super light, and it just had ruffles and it had a split. And so when you walked, it billowed like this behind you because it was long, and so it just was sickening. And I had this black like curly afro that was just big, and I had this white and blue flower in my ear, and I had some they weren't glad, they were heels, but they weren't gladiator. They was kind of a wrap around the leg one, very gypsy, yes. And I am tipping around that school, and they were living. I felt sickening. I felt beautiful. That just what, and I'm tipping around, and it's just moving. And everybody's like, "Where the fuck did you get that from?" I'm like, "I made it." I made it. I sold it in my room. So you can't find this at no store. You can't find this at no store, honey. And I would do so much. I turned these jeans into a skirt, this gorgeous ass jean skirt that just wrapped around my body. And it just, I felt so sick. Jackson State, I felt the most sickening in regards to fashion because I was way more creative in that way. And I was physically slim, so I had way more options in regards to choices of fashion. And I had to do something because I didn't have body like the college girls did in my class, girl. This is quote unquote their prime too, honey. We in our early 20s, late teens, baby. The girls had body, especially the ones that had kids. The ones that had kids by this time, like that first baby body weight. Ooh, that first baby body weight that you get when you have a first baby. You ain't got a million, but you got that one, and it kind of just take you to that thick. It's like, it's like, damn, she fine. It was a couple of them in school. And honey, I didn't have all of that. I didn't have all of that, child. I needed a little, honey. I needed to have fashions. Tipping through. And so I felt the most sickening in my fashions there. I remember this girl named I think she was from Detroit. I think her name was Christina. She was a fashion goddess to me, like but she was more coined out than me. But honey, I remember it was such a basic outfit, but it was the details that was so fire. She had on this denim skirt that was form fitted and sickening, and this black shirt, but she had on she had on these chucks, these black and white chucks, denim shirt, black shirt, and these silver, gorgeous, silver. I don't even know. I want that. I have to go back and look. Silver, gorgeous ass Christian Dior glasses, and they were current season. Let me see if I can find them. I think this is it. I think these are it. Yeah, make sure. Yeah, I think these are it. Super simple, but the details of them, I think this is the front of them. They were so oversized. They were similar to these and oversized, but they were so shiny and pretty, and they just looked so clean on her face. It just was like they were just so unique, and I loved it. It was just a simple combo, just some silver Christian Dior glasses. She had a wrap down wrap, and she had on this black shirt that had her titties out, but it was tight. And then she had a forms fitting pencil skirt, denim pencil skirt with a split in the back. And it accentuated her body and her ass. And she had on some chucks, some black chucks with the black canvas with the white bottoms and the silver in the shoes. They were just clean and fire. So it was relaxed, but it was so feminine and sexy and relaxed. And I was like, how can I get that where it looks intentional, but it's relaxed and it's feminine and dope. And honey, uh, it was so fire. It was so good. I loved her. And then the bitch had a nerve to fucking she had a fucking Christian Dior olive ostrich saddlebag. Olive ostrich leather. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, she was giving Sex in the City a Jackson. Baby, yes, she had this. Uh, this motherfucker, this vintage. She literally had this. This Christian Dior olive leather saddlebag, and this is when it was. She was, bitch. Uh, I was like, it was so sickening. And she had on, and she wanted to be an AKA, so she had on this pink. No, not she wanted to be. She wasn't AKA, but at this when we came, she wasn't AKA, but she became an AKA. And so she had on um, this pink suit because at Jackson State you have to if you have business classes. I don't know if it's. I think this is all. Well, I don't say all HBCUs. At my HBCU, if you had business classes, you had to wear business clothes. You had to wear business attire to your classes. So if you saw people walking around in suits, it is in hot ass fucking Mississippi. It's because they had business classes. So she had a business class and she had a pink suit and she had on she had a beautifully tailored pink suit with a white blouse under, and she was plus size too. Let me not add that she was a thick girl. She wasn't skinny. So that's another thing that made her stand out is that she was like, well, at the time, she probably was a size 14, which in early 2000, y'all know that was considered fat. She probably was like a 14, and she was probably like 5'8", 14 and 5'8". So in that era, this was a plus size girl. We would think it's just thick and fine now, but in 2000, that was like thick. That was like considered thick. And so she had on this fucking pink suit that was tailored perfectly to her body because she didn't really have a stomach. She was a thick girl, but it was kind of like the normal figure 8 thick body. So she really have a stomach. And she had this pink suit on and she had she had some green heels that matched. That was some mules. And she had this fucking Christian Dior green bag, white blouse, all pink suit, like a AKA. You knew she wanted to be. She did end up becoming an AKA, but you knew she wanted to be AKA because her color choice. And I was like, bitch, where the fuck you get this fucking ostrich leather saddlebag, bitch? But she came from coins. From her parents came from coins. So they were, she was able to do all of that. And I was like, oh my God, what is it? You look sickening. But I didn't have no coins. And honey, if I picked out an outfit, if she saw me and said I look sickening, I knew I looked sick. Because she was like a fashion in the era to me in my environment. She was the person that if she say you look sickening, you look sickening. And she lived for me. She was like, oh baby, you killing it today. Like she would always say like, oh, we gotta step our game. It was hater. It was hater on the inside because it was very, honey, ladies, we gotta step our games up if the trannies are coming looking good. It was very language like that. It was very, if I was at my age now, I would be offended by it. But in my younger years, it was like, and because I lived for her, some of the little shit she would say just would be affirming to me, but it really was on some, oh, you making the girls have to bring their things. You making the girls have to bring their things. If the honey, the man dressed like a woman is coming out looking like that, baby, you bringing the heat. Because she would say little smart shit like that. But I lived for her, so I didn't really, and it was like a backhanded compliment, and I'm young and dumb, so I would be like, period. And she was probably like a year older than me, a year or two. Say period, girl. But if she said I look sickening, I knew that I was punishing that day. And if very rarely did she not like it, like whatever I put together. How much is this olive fucking? Ooh. Ooh, it's pricey. I wish I was rich, I would get it. It's vintage, so it's cheap, but not cheap. It's cheap for a bitch who got coins. I would buy this just for the nostalgia of it because it has sentimental value to me. But it's a little pricey, so no thank you. But I'll live for that. I do have my own Christian Dior saddlebag. I have two Dior. I have, oh, this is ugly. I have a bowler. Um, I have I have a Gaucho from 2009. I have an ostrich yellow and green. Yellow and green. Let me see. I have this one, the bowler. I have the ostrich leather bowler. I have this one. And then I have, that was from 2000. And I got that because of her. It reminded me of hers, and I found it. And so I got that. And then there is the 2009, 2009 saddle, or 2008, 9 Gaucho saddlebag, which is this one. With the dime hardware, which is unique. Hmm. It looks like this, but this mine don't look like this. Mine looks very unique. So it looks like this is a mine is burgundy and leather, and it has dime hardware. So there's like a big ass dime right here, and I got that key too. I don't know where is it at. I don't know where it's at in my apartment, but it is one of my favorite bags because I love the Christian Dior. Y'all got me talking about fashion. Oh, look at this blue one. Ooh, oh my God. That is fire. Mine is black and burgundy. Ooh, that's pretty. But this is like from 2008, 2009. It's one of my favorite bags because it has that dime. It has that it's from 2000. Who was the designer at Christian Dior in '09? Okay, Google. Who was the head designer at Christian Dior in '09?
John Galliano was the head
Yes.
designer, creative
Yes.
director at
I
Christian
was
Dior.
like, thank you. Yes, it was John Galliano. So it was one of those eras that I'm like, oh my God, I love that. So I got that, and I got the that ostrich leather one. So those are my only. Do I have another one? I think those are my only Christian Dior's. I think, yeah, I think those are my. I might have a. Do I have another one? No, I only have those two. Those are my only. Those are my dream Christian Dior bags. Um, and I got them. Who else? What else? Yeah, so she always is like a little fairy on my shoulder, thinking about stuff that she had. I love that silver outfit in that fucking bag. That just was like a spark of, oh, she's so fly when I was in school. But yeah, I said all that to say that my Jackson State era made me feel the most creative because I didn't have a lot of money, and I was in my bag where I'm like, I need to make stuff. I can go steal stuff. I can. Uh, this also was, I loved fucking Frederick Hollywood. I would order stuff from the shoes. Frederick Hollywood. The good thing about the shoes at Fredericks is that they had bigger sizes. I wore a size 10 shoe. So finding a 10 shoe was hard. They either were sold out all the fucking time, especially at particular stores. So I would Frederick Hollywood always had some fire ass heels that you could get from them, and then you could order them, and nobody would have them because shopping online wasn't in early 2000 wasn't super popular. It was still a mall and store kind of game, and so in 2099, 2000, shopping online wasn't like it is now, where everybody is shopping at the same online stores. Online was kind of not exclusive, but everybody didn't know about everybody know about ASOS. Everybody, not that was ASOS around, but even when ASOS was started booming, everybody didn't know about it. My size 10 client was so low because Nine West was some of the only people who carried a 10 or maybe 11 sometimes. Nine West was one. Who else? You couldn't find bigger shoes. We lived in the Caribbean, so taking a summer trip to Puerto Rico to hit the malls was the move. Yeah, it was still mall shopping. Online wasn't the T yet, and so I was online already. I was buying from Fredericks. I was buying from, what was that white woman catalog? Newport News. Even that the video I got called the woman dress, that dress was from Newport News, that leather dress, because sometimes they be plain auntie clothes, but sometimes they'll put something sexy out or something that you can wear sexily, and that leather dress was one that was super feminine and sexy because you can zip it from the bottom and zip it from the top and da 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 da. Newport News. I got that woman dress, was he ordered that from Newport News. That's it, that he saw me looking at the dress in the computer lab on Newport News website. A man doing the things he needs to do. Um, but Newport News, Fredericksburg, Hollywood, um, monogram Louis bag phase. I didn't really like Louis. My very first Louis bag was just a plain brown. It was a M Sully. M Sully Louis bag. Yeah, mine was a M Sully. This is my first Louis bag. I didn't really like that. I didn't really like Louis like that. But yeah, that was my very, very first Louis bag. Yeah, that was you and Bella. That wasn't me. I was always, by that time, a Christian girl. Not that I could afford it at that time at all. But if I was gonna goop something, I would want that. Or Gucci. Bella loved Gucci too. Remember, that's the bag I took from Bella. That Gucci bag that I robbed her for when Tori was beating her up. I can't remember what year that was. I can't remember what year that bag was. Oh, here it go. Remember when I robbed her for this bag? I think that's what it was. But I didn't really like Gucci like that. But I just took it from her because, girl, you a hater. Give me this motherfucking bag. I ended up twirling Chablis about that bag. She kept trying to give her your address. How Chablis have my address? Oh, probably because dropping you off. What she was gonna do? Try to come to my house and take the bag back, bitch? You get your ass beat. Oh, the ratchet era of childhood. My back hurt. Mm. But it was a moment. Ugh. But my bird era. Even though I still was fair, I could have beat her up, but Toy was already beating her up. I didn't need to beat her up, but I'm gonna take this bag from you. Since you had so much to say, I'm gonna snatch. This is my get back. Since you had so much to say, bitch. Make sure y'all thumbs up. Yeah, y'all could have done her bad. Yeah, child. Could have wore her out. But we was trying to teach her a lesson, girl. Keep people name out your mouth, bitch. You are not untouchable. Relax. That was a funny era of time. I remember when that was when I remember when they like the girls was lying talking about that they had Jonathan when he first came to Indianapolis and they before I met him and I'm like, bitches, y'all didn't have him. I'm the one who brought him here. I picked him up from the place. He didn't go nowhere. He didn't meet y'all bitches. They were really making up stories about him being from Mississippi. They was really making up stories at that time. They really thought. Did you say it was too much dog shit out there? They were slipping and sliding in. Yeah, it wasn't gonna be me. It wasn't gonna be me. They were slipping and sliding. Hmm. All right, y'all. I'm about to get over here and fix me something to eat. I am starving. Yeah, listen to the music that makes you feel good. It don't matter how ratchet it is. You don't have to worry about what these birds is talking about. And you don't have to support bitches who are apologists for rapists and abusers or whatever Diddy is. You don't have to support either of these two fucking birds, the self-righteous ones and the shady ones. Both of them are pick me bitches of a different breed. And that is the general gist of what I wanted to say about that bullshit. And I will talk to y'all. Um, Make sure you check out. Oh, I know what I want to share with y'all. I just wrote a new song. It is. Make sure y'all check it out. I just wrote a new song. It's like, my bossa nova. Was inspired by Cranberries' "Linger" and a relationship conversation that I had. And make sure y'all check it out. It is on my SoundCloud. Just link y'all. Make sure y'all go check out my interview with Sam Masters. I just put it out. If you haven't checked it out, I loved our conversation. I had a bunch of people call me and say they loved the conversation out of the blue, which was. I hope y'all like it. Um, Make sure y'all check it out. What else? Yeah, that's about it. All right, y'all. Bye.